Welcome to Legion Star Wars 82nd Legion After Dark podcast, because that's what it always becomes.
Listen, 2 strokes is a birdie, okay? That's a win in my book.
I prefer a hole in one.
Oh, god damn.
Since Rick Hunter has already hit us with our intro, I want to welcome our guest, Crabbok, for the evening.
Hello there. That's what I say. That's my thing. Say hello there. How you guys doing?
General Kenobi!
How's it going? The correct response has been given. The passcode has been spoken.
Also with you.
This week, we're going to discuss random stuff with Crabbok. I'm going to vent about some shenanigans that's happened in the Yavin-based team league.
Oh, I forgot you were doing that. I'm a bad teammate.
Yeah, I am I'm either the world's best teammate or the world's worst. I'm trying to figure this out.
I played Halo with you. I know what the answer is.
Well, you can keep that one to yourself.
Shots fired.
Team killing
I'll remember that the next time we fire up some Halo. Sometimes I get the kill.
Let's do this introductory shot. Come on now.
Yep, and for those at home that's wanting to play the 82nd Legion drinking game.
Shot number 1, baby.
Shot number 1 for the evening.
Yes, sir. Here we go. Okay.
Got you, fam.
Was late.
It was. I'm 33 years old, Crabbok. I can't chug anymore like I used to.
I need you to step up.
I was just fixing to say the same thing.
I'm 36, so...
That was also like a 6.7 IPA, so not exactly... We're working on that one for about 20 minutes. I'm making excuses. Let's move it along.
Yeah, that's about
Move along.
This sounds like me at a Legion game. Let's keep going here.
So, Crabbok,
how
long have you been doing the YouTube thing, and how long have you been into Legion?
What's Legion? Is that like 40K in Star Wars?
Whoa, this is an X-Wing 1.0 podcast, I thought.
Oh, all right, good, because I'm definitely going all twin laser turrets and on the K-Wings. I think I'm actually been doing YouTube for 10 years, but not like seriously for 10. Like I've been serious only for about 4, where I was like doing, at least couple of videos a week, and I think the last 2 years I've gone to daily videos, so it's become like a real job the last 2 years. But Legion I've been playing since as early as I could. As soon as they announced it, I tried to get into the QA, the testing, to become a play tester.
Nice.
Not really because I wanted to help make the game better. I just wanted to get early access to the rules. So because I like to make videos, and I didn't want to be like YouTube is, the internet as a whole is relentless. Like you go put yourself out there and being like, you guys are going to do this, and this is how you play. You got to roll the dice, and this little symbol means it's a critical, and that means it goes through armor or whatever. You say something like that, and everybody's like, no, idiot, not how it works, and it's out there for eternity. I wanted to try to get the rules clear, and so I could actually talk about content, but that's turned out to be difficult because now I couldn't guess about what was coming anymore, so I had to stop being a playtester, and now I have no idea what's coming anymore, and it's more fun this way because then I get to guess and I don't feel like I'm breaking any NDA. Although some folks like 5th Trooper people like to say that I'm breaking NDA. They like to say that. Oh, 5th Trooper, you're lying. I'm not breaking any NDA.
Yeah, we're coming for you, Jay.
No,
Chi-Town, baby, represent. Get out of here with that other Midwest state.
It's
bullshit.
Those notorious scoundrels too. They're always picking fights. Everybody's like slinging mud, man.
Well, they're part of 5th Trooper. They're, we don't. Come on.
They're the more notorious as opposed.
Legion Outriders or die, baby. Those are my homies right there.
Those are cool guys.
They are. I met them. I actually got to go to Vegas and meet them. It was cool.
I want to do that. I don't think I'm going to Vegas this year because I don't know. It's gonna.
Yeah.
But next year, next year, hopefully.
For sure. Hopefully.
But then it'll be dinosaurs next year or aliens. There'll be something to stop us. Who knows?
I have my tickets to LVO. I have not bought airfare. I have not spent money on a hotel room. I probably should in the really near future to at least save a few dollars on a trip that I might go on.
I need to cancel my hotel reservation. As a matter of fact, if I'm not going, I'm gonna be like, why do I get this charge on my card? Oh,
I'll comment on your video tomorrow. I'll be like, dude, cancel your hotel.
All right.
Just to give you a heads up.
Drinking the scotch, I'm going to forget.
That's what I got you for, man. He doesn't read his comments.
Oh, that's funny. I read a couple. I read one or two.
I'm surprised we have less static out of chat than we normally have on a night like tonight.
Are people actually talking?
I think there's probably a lot of people. There's another live screen.
Yeah,
there's a big live stream going on right now. I was gonna say that there's debates going on right now too.
Yeah, I was gonna say the debates. Yeah, we're up against that right now.
Okay, because people are gonna come back. They're gonna watch later, and they're gonna be once they get fed up with politics, then they're gonna come here and talk. So in that vein, we should do the politics of Legion. Was the Empire truly evil, or the Jedi?
No.
From what point of view? And what would you do if you elected Emperor of the new Empire?
First of all, I've never met an elected Emperor, but if by some twist of fate I was betrayed by a heretical order and forced to seize power, then the first thing I would do would be kidnap every Force child being in the universe and train them into an army of Sith and rise again. And fuck Darth Bane, because I'm a goddamn Sith Lord, baby. Come at me. We're all gonna die eventually, right?
Would you train them as Sith though? Because aren't Sith naturally supposed to betray you? They're just gonna kill you in your sleep one day. So maybe just go regular dark side, but a kinder, gentler dark side where there's they're evil, but they're not gonna kill you.
No, more power to the Sith, baby. If you kill me, that just means you're stronger. So the Sith becomes stronger. So that's all. That's literally all it's about. It's just the Sith must continue and must be stronger.
It's eugenics, basically.
Is Kylo Ren stronger than Snoke?
I mean, Snoke was kind of a pansy.
He was just a clone, though. I mean, he wasn't the full.
He was. That was so disappointing.
Is he a clone or is he a copy of a copy of a copy?
Yeah, he's like that carbon copy, right? That third layer.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like those old credit cards that used to swipe at JCPenney, that made the copy. Yeah, some of us are old enough for that.
I remember those days.
Y'all see chat there? Everyone will leave politics and come back to the Senate, take over. Snoke has the clone trooper tag confirmed.
There we go. Clone tag he can share.
Oh my goodness, that would be. What would really be funny? They do that, and then at the same time, there's no other clones, so Snoke has nobody to share it with. So he's the lonely clone.
Just have vats.
Waiting.
I'm going to deploy my clone vats over here and put some Sith acolytes on them. And
they have to do one of the they do an X-wing where they have 3 dots next to his name, so you can actually have 3 of them.
There you go. Yeah,
250. He's 250 points, so you're can't even do it. Outside of a grand army, I can't do it.
You could just throw in those cultists that are in the stands that get smashed in the last scene. Those guys are 4 points apiece, and they just there to die. Pad activations.
You mean a basic Rebel core unit?
Wow, dude. Look, we all know nimble is a bad keyword, okay? We all know that. Oh, it's not a bad keyword.
If dodges were free, then it would be great.
Yes, there it is. Exactly, yeah. Taking a dodge feels bad, man. It feels so bad.
Yeah, I can agree. But
unless you're a clone.
Do I want to?
Sometimes even taking an aim feels bad.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's why Hunter, right, and Link targeting array are so good because
offensive push is also added to that list as of late.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Portable scanners.
Offensive push.
Yeah,
troopers with offensive push. By the way, that's the bee's knees. There,
dude. I'm thinking about going back to some Rebel troopers with offensive push in the Z6. I guess they don't have a training slot, do they?
No.
Maybe the vets then.
You can get them one. You give them that leader.
That's true.
They can get one.
That's true. Yeah.
Man, that's
and they're not bad with an officer on them.
A gimmick with a t-shirt safe.
Hold on.
Right.
Wow.
I'm gonna pull out Tabletop Admiral and start building a new list right now. Hold on.
There we go.
Chat chimed in. Oh yes, I can share tokens with this guy in a tube. in the Clone Wars vat. He dodges, I dodge. It works. We're dying in the Force, and then Yoda will come in with Nimble and deflect, and we'll think Nimble is OP. I mean, that is probably not incorrect. I mean, that's probably correct.
Not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how you make Nimble OP though. Is you got to give it
him deflect.
I mean, that's a pretty nice little combo keyword.
Wow.
Yeah, I guess it would
and
be.
Yoda basically whips it out and whips his green dick all over whoever's face.
That would be everyone that's not a clone. Well, actually, sometimes he does kill clones. Pretty much with impunity, actually. Yoda pretty much just murks people like no sweat.
He didn't even stop to talk to those guys.
He did it, man.
You're going to find out one day, like, those are the clones who are just like, look, we were just going to arrest him. We were going to, like, ask him for questioning. You know, and we're going to have body cam footage, and it's going to come out, and it's like, look, Yoda attacks the clones.
God damn.
Outer Rim and Rebellion.
Oh,
man.
So,
and then there's going to be riots about it. Good Lord.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Coruscant.
Yeah, you guys are giving me a great Star Wars RPG campaign idea. This is getting good. Might be a little on the nose, but
maybe you were one of those clones that was like stationed outside of like the Wookiee hut, and you were like, "All right, you guys are gonna go. You're just gonna talk to Yoda, right? Like, look, Yoda has defended us for like this whole war. I know we got Order 66, but this is Yoda, right? He's way too small to be threatening to us. He loves us. Right?
He's the Jedi Grandmaster.
Brother. Yeah. You're just gonna talk to him. Okay, Yoda killed them. Oh. I can see that being like a whole story, a whole game based on that, like the rogue clone.
Yeah, right. I love it.
And he's like a Vietnam vet kind of thing that's having flashbacks and stuff.
So Rex.
Every time someone's lightsaber ringtone goes off, he just has like flashbacks of
yes.
guys getting decapitated.
In a bad history of little green aliens.
Yeah. Not ringtone. Where they have data pads? Comlinks, I guess. Comlink notification.
So Mandos. Crabbok, I know you've got some funny feelings about it, so let's hear it.
Oh, you want me to go first? I want to hear what you guys think. I want to go last on this.
All right. Well,
okay.
Go ahead, Drew.
Yeah, so obviously I played Rebels, as you guys know, and I really want like Rebels to be like a real quick hit and run team, like they are in the movies. You know, like the Rebels don't really have. Yeah, they don't really have a base. You know, they're kind of always on the move. Like the Rebel fleet is always scattered. Like, you know, the Empire has a really hard time stamping them out because they're just like hit and run. You know, like even in Rogue One, like Cassian is like, I'm just gonna assassinate this dude. We are out. Let's go. You know, like in and out. And you know, so I really want that to be. So I think Mandos are like a really good step in the right direction for Rebels. You know, I'd really like to see more. I don't think they necessarily need red saves or everything. Yeah, but you know, I'm not saying all Rebels need red saves. I'm fine with white saves. You know, we talked about Nimble being not great. Like, I think Rebels just need a little bit of help in some areas to really become the hit and run team. Like, I would love to have a land speeder and a Tauntaun or two and some Mandos and, you know, like Pathfinders work now. You know what I mean? Like, just a real quick, like, we deploy forward, we deploy fast, we get in, we capture objectives, and then we are just like waiting for extraction, like we're getting out, you know, and we can take cover and dodge, and then our nimble comes into effect. Like the way that Rebels are kind of designed and built right now, it's difficult because like as you're pushing objectives, you don't want to waste turns taking dodge tokens or, you know, like standbys and stuff like that. Like you always want to be kind of moving with Rebels, only shooting if you absolutely have to, you know, trying to use cover as best you can. Like there's a lot of pieces that kind of go into effect, and so they feel like an early game team, almost like a Zerg rush. Like, get all your guys out there, grab objectives, you know, try and build your battle deck in a way that's going to give you objectives that you can take and run with, or you don't have to necessarily hold every turn and dig in against like an Empire or a clone team or even a droid team, really. You know, you kind of want to like really cater in very specialized lists and ideas of the way that their armies are supposed to work. I think Mandos are a really good step in the right direction. I think we've got a good balance of mobility and keywords in the Mandos. You know, like obviously I love to see red saves, like thumbs up for those. You know, they kind of have some versatility with like they can now engage some lightsaber characters. Like Rebels didn't have anyone for lightsaber characters except for Luke. either one. You know what I mean? Like that was it. And so now that we have the best card,
Darksaber.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that's true. I mean, you basically staple that to Sabine, I guess. So that is true. But I guess I should say then having another option, that's not necessarily like one operative. I mean, I don't know anyone that's going to really probably run more than 2 Mandos, probably. Yeah. But, I mean, I think it just kind of gives a little more flexibility. I really like Rebels leaning into the operatives and special forces because I think that's going to really be their bread and butter. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to put some lists together. I like still praying for another land speeder help somewhere so I can have like a really pop some, someone in a land speeder, maybe somebody like Operative Luke, run him out there, then get Jin and not Jin, Sabine and the Mandos like there with him. You know what I mean? Like I think that's like a real quick, just like lightning fast. We're gonna hammer you and then get out. I think that's how they need to be played, and I'm excited about where they're going with that. So, as for the 2 named characters, maybe like I'll play test with them, I guess. I think Rebels are already like really pressed for points in a lot of ways when it comes to characters. Like I'm not saying every Rebel list needs to have Tauntauns, but like Tauntauns are just so good. There's not really a reason not to run them. We'll see like if tanks really make a big impact on just kind of blowing them out of the water. That's very possible. High velocity.
Oh God, that'd be hot.
Like a Tauntaun killer. So, we'll see. Like, I think there's definitely, obviously, not having any real tournaments right now. Like, it's just a lot of theory crafting. So it's difficult to, like, follow what people are doing. I know there's Vassal.
There's plenty of info out there. There's Tabletop Simulator. And
TTS, but
there's a door open and a table available to play on here pretty much 24/7.
Yeah, man. Well, if I wasn't, an essential worker, but I mean, you feel me.
We don't care about that at our house, so it's cool.
Yeah, seasonal allergies followed by seasonal depression. I'm just gonna stay home and drink. Like,
hey, speaking of that, shot number 2.
Cheers.
Were we supposed to be waiting for you to call? Because I already finished mine, and this thing was almost
that's a
full.
Refill penalty. Someone hit the refill penalty button. Get that graphic up on screen.
Wait, there's a refill penalty. Okay, well, here I'll give you my refill penalty right here, and I'm gonna give you my hot take on Mandos,
okay.
And everything that you just said, I'm gonna flip it.
Okay,
Mandos suck. I don't say this on my channel because I'm more family friendly. I don't use words like suck. I don't say things like that. I would never. It's only through like a lot of Glenlivet. I'm saying that.
We are honored. We're honored.
Yeah. All right. No, they and I'll tell you why. I'm going to get to why they suck. All right. But like, I get that they're speed 3. I get that they have red dice. Oh, red dice. Isn't that great? Until you roll a blank. So you roll just one blank. I got a third of your. They only have 3 units. Okay, only have 3 minis in the unit. I mean, yes, you can add a heavy weapon at a significant cost. You can add a Beskad duelist or something like that.
Very significant.
And they have to be range 2 to attack, right? So like you got to get really up close. When you get that close, you are going to die. It might not completely wipe you out. Hey, I got nimble. Oh, how great. I have to take a dodge action. So, like, now your speed is completely negated because you had to use one of your actions to dodge. Just like, hold on.
So we got chat stuff going.
True.
But my point is, Mandalorian Resistance, absolute garbage. Reason being, Wookiees already exist and are so vastly superior, it's almost comical. And I will stand and fight on this hill. This is a hill I'm willing to die on. But I'm going to take a pause because I know you guys want to address some of the chat. But I'll tell you the redeeming. We'll come back. I want to give you guys an opportunity to respond. But I want to come back to the redeeming quality and how I think Mandalorians could be good.
So we got the Star Wars version of Hamburger Hill now is what I'm hearing.
A little bit.
Speed running is a Legion is a Rebel story. I feel like weapon range differences like in CW/Mandos is awkward. The pack comes with 3 heavies, 1 melee. one at range 2 and one at range 3.
Well, yeah,
And-
Urza didn't need to have a long range weapon. I mean, she was. I mean, I get it, but
that. Yeah. So what I'm going to say is, like, having been playing Tauntauns basically since they came out, like, I'm already shooting at range 2 a lot of times anyway. So being able to run them out there with Tauntauns, I think, is okay, I guess, because then my Manos aren't getting shot at and my Tauntauns are survivable. I don't know, like, I mean, it's definitely going to take some playtesting. I do agree, like, that's why I said red dice are great, but, I'm used to rolling hella blanks anyway, so, like, and they are really expensive. I mean, you got a lot of good points, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's not the best, but I don't know. Maybe we'll see. Maybe there's a way that can work.
Interject one thing. So, the reason I say Wookiees is, and this is an important
tell me about some Wookiees right now.
So you think? So let me tell you guys. A lot of people love to mock the Wookiees. It's like, oh, Wookiees are one of the number one things that needs to get improved. Yeah, that's fine. I hope they do, because I freaking love them. I bought a third. I don't buy 3 of almost anything nowadays. ARC Troopers is literally the only thing I bought 3 of outside of Wookiees. I bought a third Wookiee because I want to make this work, and I think it can work, primarily because people aren't going to run it, and so it's going to be undervalued. They have Pierce on their heavy weapon. On the ranged attack, they have Pierce 1. Pierce is not seen a whole lot. Pierce on a unique unit or on a hero is sometimes seen, but you don't see Pierce on that many trooper units that you can have lots of, right? So, hey, Mandos have impervious. Oh, that's great. That means every single one of your red dice has to be +1. So, like, you're rolling a lot of red dice. They all have to be perfect. Single blank means you lose like a significant portion. My red dice, my games are like 50% blanks. Like,
that's what a red dice should be when you're not.
Aren't they all
negative?
But Mandos, no, they have surge. They have. Right.
That's true. Yeah.
Like I've played. All right, look at Palpatine. Last 2 primes before COVID came out, and I actually went to primes. I was trying to play Legion like a little bit more competitively, rather than just like woohoo fun game. Palpatine. 2 games that knocked me out were in the first prime was against Palpatine. In the second tournament, Palpatine knocked me out. It's always Palpatine who has red die and a surge. I have never gotten a wound on a Palpatine.
Really?
Never gotten a wound through on a Palpatine. The only times that I almost did, he happened to have a Royal Guard present. But not once have I ever gotten a wound through on an enemy Palpatine. However, on my channel, I uploaded a battle report today. I'm going to give you a little spoiler. My Palpatine didn't block a single hit the entire game.
Are you talking about that hero battle one you uploaded?
Yes. Watch that. You're going to see when Palpatine gets shot, 100% of the damage goes straight through to him. So I had to create, and this is going to be a little plug, and I apologize for this, but I had to create this little bag. This is a bag that you can get on my web store. When you put your bad dice in carbonite.
Captain, you better get like 3 of those, dude.
This is a little bag. Now, you can use this for your chips. You can put your tokens in there, right? You need some kind of thing. It's a small little bag. It's like the size of a purse. You can put your money in there if you want to. But you can put your dice in here. It's double-sided. It's the same thing on both sides. When your dice need to get, you can bring them in warm, or you can bring them in cold. And it's also on the t-shirt. Boom. There we go.
That is awesome.
Right.
Dude, that is awesome. Let me tell you how many boxes of dice that this man has bought.
Yeah.
Tournaments.
And they all hate him. All of them.
Literally at tournaments. I'm walking over here and I'm buying some dice right now.
There is actually a study done about dice because they are all made imperfectly. There's little air bubbles that get in there. And so some dice are actually worse than others. So the only fair way to do it is either with the dice app, or you can alternatively, another seemingly equally fair way to do it is for everybody to share the same dice pool. Like I roll the exact same dice that you do, so in case you have bad dice or good dice, we both suffer the same. And the problem is that doesn't always work. And in COVID, that's less than super sanitary.
Yeah. As a Rebel player, when someone's like, I want to use the dice app, I'm like, awesome. Let's use the dice app. Yes, I will actually roll 20% blocks. Thank you.
I have had someone else use the dice app because they you cool if I use the dice app, and I was like, sure, do it. And it was that one guy that I was never able to beat, and that was the one time I beat him. And I'm like, all right, use that dice app, so I don't care at this point.
Nice.
When you truly randomize, that's how I determined that I didn't like Mandalorian Resistance, because I just said, all right, let me just do. There's a website out there that does like all the probabilities and what the average dice, and you can do sample rolls and everything.
Made by the podcast that should not be named.
No,
I don't even remember. I'm not trying to plug anybody.
No, I know. I'm just kidding. I know.
I think it was some. I don't know. There's probably multiple dice rolling simulators out there. I just Googled one. I went to one. I don't even remember which one it was. You're randomizing stuff. And you've got Pierce 1, like Wookiees versus Mandos, for example. Wookiees win every time. And at least half of the times they're killing more than one unit on that initial volley, which as long as they can shoot first, as long as you got initiative, they can do it. And because they outrange, because that bowcaster is range 3, they have a much easier time of doing that. Now, if you guys don't mind, I'd like to give, or if you, I'm going to talk about the good way I think that Mandos are actually good. And it's to use Clan Ren. Using Clan Ren. Now you said you didn't like Clan Ren as much because the heroes and everything were, kind of, it can get to be a little pricey. I think using Clan Ren mitigates that my red dice are bad, because now every mini has 2 hit points. So if I take 1 wound, it's no problem at all. And plus it can be healed by a medic. A little bit easier. Also, you got 6 total health, so you raised the entire health pool up significantly. But also, with long shot, you actually have a pretty good. You're effectively a range 3 unit. And if you run Clan Ren with Sabine, you can get the free dodge, so you don't have to waste an action on Nimble. And now they make really good. And even with all of that, they still are not a big shooter like a bang unit. They're really a strong, capable objective holder that can shoot when they need to. You don't want this to be a Z6 kind of aim and shoot with the scopes and hoping that you just happen to roll all crits. This is really like, if I'm shooting, I've probably done the wrong thing. Yeah.
That's the gospel, brother.
Z6 is, I have rolled so many Z6 shots that are like all white crits, or and been baffled. I said, this is my new religion. I love the Z6. Love the Z6 because
Z6 is now in session.
The clones are the best thing I could come across that is the best between Rebels and Imperials. Mm-hmm. Because we got the Z6 from the Rebels, and we got the red defense dice from the Imperials.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
I understand your feelings, sir. For any of those that are out there watching and/or going to listen to this in the future, I am buying Phase 2 and Z6 alt arts. I'll pay top dollar for them.
Oh shit!
I
don't have any of it.
Well, I
might if there was a Gen Con this year and I could go finagle some, but
yeah, well, same here. I would have done the same. But since I can't get them, and I happen to have an extra clone half of a core on the way, and a whole bunch of Phase 2 helmets from all these ARC Troopers that I built as Phase 1s.
He's hoping to trade.
No, I'm just going to take and convert these Phase 1s into Phase 2s, along with this extra box of ARC Troopers that I have.
You have
exactly what you should do.
You have a problem, man.
What? The fact that there's 5 boxes ARC Troopers here? 3 of which are
you can't. Listen, man, you can't play every faction, dude. You can't. Don't do it.
He can and he will. Don't chest him.
I mean,
it's a trap dot gift.
I have triple STAP, triple BX, B2. The only thing I'm missing in droids is a tank.
Well, those are nice. Those are really nice. You got to get an airbrush though, because trying to paint those up with a brush, you're going to get the strokes and stuff in there.
That's already, that problem's already solved.
Fantasy Flight loves him. I guarantee you that, because he's buying some of everything.
Yeah, dude. Let me know. I'll buy some stock before you go on a spree like that, man. Like,
I mean, there's 2
Asmodee could use it
here. I bought 2 Mandos, 2 ATRTs, 3 BX, 3 STAPs, 3 Inferno Squad.
Sound like
3
during my
you only
magic
need
days.
2 Inferno Squad, because if you come with enough that if you run Inferno Squad plus 2 Imperial Special Forces, you can build all of that with just 2.
You can, but
He wants to go all the
in
way.
a snowtrooper unit, then maybe, yeah.
He's gonna go Krennic. He's gonna go Krennic. Oh baby. I know him too well. He's
Krennic
already
and
got a
Iden
list built.
Versio?
Krennic
He's
Iden's
got a
kinda
list
fun.
already built. He's
Yeah,
got a list already
To
built.
see that.
Hold on, I've been getting the reps in on TTS with Iden 333, which is Iden 3 Shores, 3 Mortars, 3 ISF.
Wait a second.
It's 10 activations, and it is a potential 15 crit turn 1.
Can you do the ISF with the T21 in there, or are the ISFs naked?
No, that's 3 ISF with T21 and offensive push. I had some.
Wow.
Up on screen, I've got some.
Wow.
Yeah, it's brutal, dude. But I've took one of the ISF out and put a Death Trooper in its place.
Oh,
A Death Trooper.
Yeah, Death Trooper. I think Iden wants at least one Death Trooper.
She really likes one Death Trooper. She really likes one.
Are those Death Troopers DTF, bro?
they are.
Well, no, actually, I run the DLT.
Well,
So I like the dice pool better. Give me that 2 red, 1 white.
Oh yeah, I agree. I mean, she's probably not good enough, probably, but
I do like the unique Death Trooper officer just for compel. I've seen it really pull out miracle plays.
Yeah, compel's super good.
You're being asked those
Pretty
short
good.
troopers to get the heavies in that list you mentioned.
Yes, they do.
What?
I'm gonna try and build this out now. It sounds crazy because I've tried to. I cannot build the perfect Iden Versio squad, right? The one that it's all the theme, the fun factor, and competitiveness. Like I can't do that triad of like this looks cool, this feels cool, and this will win. I just can't do all 3.
Me with Jin, Pathfinders, and Cash-In. I drive.
All right, you know what?
So
you need to play my friend Sean. Always runs
that I'm
Pathfinder.
looking for. This is some serious jank that I've put together.
what do you call the list, Captain?
How many points is it?
It's just Iden 333 is what I'm referring to it as.
Nothing catchy, nothing fun with that. No good name.
You know what? Let's hear what you got.
The Iden Triple Team, Iden Gangbang. Come on, something.
You could call that the Chicken Surprise.
There we go.
Well, tell
that's a stupid name, and then make your opponent laugh, and then you beat them, and then I got beat by the Chicken Surprise.
They're like, dude, what'd you play against last round, bro? Bro, I got Chicken Surprise, bro.
All right.
Well, it's like the spicy rotisserie chicken, or what was it, rotisserie or spicy chicken combo? That was it with the flamethrower.
Oh yeah, the spicy chicken combo. Yeah, I remember taking that to a tournament, and we stopped at Bojangles on the way just so we could get breakfast, and I could get the chicken box to use it as an army box.
I miss Bojangles.
What is Bojangles? It's like Southern.
I miss
Hardee's.
Bojangles.
Used
to have one here. There was one, and the dude who owned it just like locked the door one day and fired everybody. Surprise! And we were all heartbroken because man, like it was the best chicken biscuits you can get, and the chicken fried steak and all that breakfast. It was the best breakfast. In the world.
Yeah. The only breakfast I like better than Hardee's is Bojangles.
I love the Bohel. Oh, I eat it like every morning if I get my way about it.
As somebody who worked at Bohel, I have different varying opinions.
Yeah. But you were almost the fastest biscuit maker in the company that one year.
Yeah, I was.
So yeah, if you're not first or last, get out of here. This 82nd Legion.
Big and bake.
We Cobra Kai, strike hard, strike first, no mercy, bitch.
No, if it's 82nd Legion, if you're not drunk, you're last. First of all, let's be real here.
Well, I'm about to have to go grab number 4 here. You guys are.
I don't know if we're allowed to get up.
Yeah.
Because
if you need to, just do it. Just be like, hey.
Well, Captain's got his headphones off, so crabbok, you refill first, and then I'll come back and refill when you come back, and
No, go ahead. I'm the guest. Let me be super hospitable. Go ahead. I'm going to talk about something random, and I'm going to roll the dice.
Okay.
Yeah, that's okay.
Hey,
Right.
man, you
I'm gonna
need
roll a couple of these.
to sell those DOS prison shirts and bags. You can make some money because everybody here in this chat needs it, apparently.
I have them, man. They're on my store. They're on my Teespring store, which is like, I don't know, a crabbok store on my YouTube videos. In the description, I have the little links to everything. I don't know where that.
If you haven't plugged yourself, plug yourself for our viewers so that they know where to find all this, to find you, because we want them to be able to do it. You have more viewers than we do, but still, we want to be hospitable.
Sure, no, I appreciate it. But these this just showed up today because like when I make stuff, I order a preview of it. I think it's funny. Like I showed it to my wife, and I'm like, all right, because she's not a super big Star Wars fan or anything. But I'm like, would you guys like if you bought this, what would you think? Can you recognize it? Like they're D8s. But they're blank D8s, so it could be X-Wing, Armada, or Legion, right? Because they all use D8s.
Beautiful.
Yes, I most definitely need. Send me a link to where I can purchase that.
You can get it in his Teespring store. I was helping him plug himself.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Phrasing.
I'm sorry. I was.
Well, I'm gonna put a link in the chat. Here you go. It's in there somewhere. There's shirts with it. She was like, "Well, I don't even know what that is." So I'm like, I can understand that. Not everybody's gonna know, but I think Star Wars fans will recognize that it's carbonite, especially with the Mandalorian.
Oh yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I thought it was a fun idea.
Absolutely.
So
not all the ideas kind of work out so well, but I think it's a funny one. Plus, you can use it for your tokens if you got to pull from the stack or pull from the pile. Since now you have to have a bag, right? Which I don't like that rule, but it is what it is.
I totally use a crown bag, so
there you go.
But I didn't have a bag for the longest amount of time, so I mean,
that's a nice bag.
I wasn't fond.
that was from the
that's a nice
Legion Discord tokens.
Yeah, those nice ass things.
Oh, I thought we had more swag for a second.
And then
like,
it seems like we show these off every stream, but I think they're worth it.
Where are we at? Don't.
There's our
You're not showing on screen, you know that, right?
Yes,
like
I'm well aware.
Yeah, you're only showing us. Yeah, you got your list built.
He's not showing us. He's showing his list.
Well, everybody was wondering about adding triple special forces. Actually, I have put together what I just run in the Yavin Base Team League.
Oh yeah, those are
core unit. Show them the good one, man. Show them the good one.
I love those tokens. I'm so proud to own a set of those.
Show them the entourage token, bro.
Yeah, the entourage token's probably one of the best in the bag. I gotta find it. There it is.
By far the best one of the bag.
Yeah, there's the back.
Yep.
There's the
that's pretty. Nice.
Little pint glass.
I love the idea of an entourage token because it gives you like if they ever. I thought we all thought that somebody like Dooku was going to have entourage B2s or something like that. That would have been cool. Right? I'd love to see more Oh, dude. Here's a question. I need to go get something to drink.
Do it.
So I'm going to be right back. But I'm going to leave you guys with this. What would make for a really cool entourage option in the future if they wanted to break outside of the box?
Oh, good question.
Entourage
good question. Oh, get out of here,
dude!
Can we mute him?
The Trade Federation guy. Trade Federation guy with Entourage B1 battle droids, because now you can start your chain for free.
Oh, dude, Entourage droidicas. Yeah. Then you don't get to start the chain, but I mean, he's always calling for the droidicas. You know what I'm saying?
Entourage shore troopers, man.
Yeah.
To start, yeah.
All right.
Get out of here with that shit, dude. Like they need more help.
Hey, as an Imperial player, I'll take all the help I can get, whether I need it or not. I need some nice tokens for sure. Double espresso, depresso espresso. Captain, do we sell all of those tokens?
I have 2 or 3 extra sets. Double depresso espresso. If you wish to collect a set, I will cut you a deal, something along the lines of about 25 shipped.
Nice. That's a better price than I got.
Hold on, you didn't have to pay.
No, it isn't.
I'm just kidding, man. I'm totally joking.
Which Adam finally got to see his in person the other day. I saw him, and he's like, "These are nice." I was like, "Yeah, Captain's got your set whenever you get your troops from him finally."
Yeah, well, everything of his is base coated. I just need to do bodysuits and guns and send them back to him.
I know.
I'm not. I ain't.
Do we know double? Do we know double at Depresso Espresso? Or
I
is
don't
he
think
just some
so.
guy?
He's a more recent follower of sorts. I do.
Nice.
Wow, what's up, man? Welcome
Hey,
to the channel, dude.
We've
We like
got
to shoot the shit.
both Grievous and Dooku look like they want to entourage.
They
Are we talking?
They really should have some entourage. I think one of the two of them should have entourage be once.
Like the HBO show?
If they if they come out with like a generic Jedi squad for the Republic, they should definitely have entourage with Phase 1s or Phase 2s. Like,
Ooh.
if you have a generic Jedi squad, they have to have a clone entourage. I mean, that wants to happen.
The gaming... I can't say that. He had an idea the other day that...
Spell it.
Gaming magic?
The game is
thingamajig. It's the thingamajig.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm retarded. Okay, so I had this thought the other day that Newt Gunray, when he's a commander, has entourage with B1 with two B1 battle droids, so that would be evil. And then Double Espresso Depresso says he's a problem child, and 82nd Legion says we adopt him. And I'm like,
82nd Legion what?
Shit.
82nd Legion what? Needs to adopt him?
No, says we adopt him.
Because he said he was a problem child, you know.
Listen, man,
I've
already got 3 kids, okay? And I'm probably doing like a fair to middling job as it is.
Honestly, in 2020, if they haven't died yet, you're doing a great job.
He's got
3 kids also, and like just
I can't wait to tell my wife.
No, you should absolutely tell your wife. She's doing a great job.
Laura, this guy, he's got 40K YouTube subscribers, and he told me I'm doing a good job. So
you guys are both doing a good job. My wife is doing a fantastic job every single day. We're schooling the kids from home now this year. Dude, yeah, this is for her.
Shout out.
Dude. Moms out there. And it's not just enough to toast them. It's not just enough to toast them, but we have to help them. Have to be out there like doing the dishes, helping the kids with the homework, giving her a break so she can go take a bath and she can relax and unwind. And I hope she can hear this. And so the moms out there are like the best ever. And oh my
bro.
And I'm grateful I had a vasectomy. So I don't have kids.
There she is.
Listen, man. I let my wife go to Target the other day, dude. Bro, like I may as well have just like given her $1 million.
I could go by myself. I can go out. I can get a break. I know. It's.
Hey man, I just bought one of your DOS bags, by the way, the DOS prison. So I just totally bought one.
Dude, awesome. Dude, thank you.
Just let you order a second one, John.
Because I'm broke and, reasons. Shit.
I could have PayPal'd you.
No, I think they're
Operation Kitchen Floor happens in 2 weeks.
Okay.
Oh, you're redoing the kitchen floor.
Well, my kitchen floor is falling in, and I got in a car wreck and got a settlement, and we're using that to do a new kitchen floor.
Dude, I got into a car wreck. Somebody hit me from behind while texting at the beginning of this year. I'm still waiting, though.
I was in January for me, so around the same time.
Yes. Oh, my God. Was it the same guy? Did he have a BMW?
Man, that guy gets around.
Oh, man.
They need to not insure that dude anymore. He doesn't like Legion players.
Well,
he's a cop smoker.
Uninsured already. When he hit you, he was uninsured.
Yeah.
How do you drive a BMW uninsured?
It was an old BMW. It looked. I mean, it was clean. It looked shiny.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
You know what?
He was young.
Floor? A tornado. So that's cool.
Did you get hit by a tornado?
Yeah.
Yeah. I live in Chattanooga. Yeah.
Oh, man.
My neighbor's roof came off and came through the side of my house. So
suddenly, I don't feel like making jokes anymore, man. I'm sorry.
Damn, no, dude. No, seriously, dude. Like it was honestly a huge blessing for us because, like I said, we got like our done. We got our stairs.
Okay,
so we got like so much work to our house, basically.
They basically rebuilt it for you.
Yeah. But I mean, pretty much, seriously. Like, I got a bigger window in my room. I got like all these new appliances and fans and stuff. Like,
Shoot, now I want a tornado. Hey, babe, we need to pray for a tornado or something like this. See if we
You're
can
in Florida.
work one of those out.
You're due for a hurricane soon.
Yeah, I'm in Orlando, and we're far enough inland that we say this like it's a bad thing. This is a great thing that we usually don't get like the worst of it. At most, we'll lose power for a little bit. Last big hurricane did not even lose internet.
Oh, wow.
Everybody came over to my house. I had a bunch of people hanging out over here. It was great. We played a lot of games.
Did you have pizza rolls?
It was. I think I did some cooking, and we had a lot of stuff. We were trying to cook everything up. Dude,
whenever I go to a party, I don't go. But when I used to go to a party, I'd always bring water and pizza rolls, dude. And I was always the most popular guy there.
That'll do it.
Everyone needs water. And yeah, just bring like a huge case of water, dude, because people, they get so thirsty. You know what I mean? Like,
maybe you go to different types of parties. There's certain substances that really make you want water.
Oh, yeah.
Usually I'm not drinking.
What?
I have no idea.
We might be aware.
As he takes a hit of his vape.
I'm a Coke Zero kind of guy. Like when I'm not, that's my vice. Too much Coke Zero.
Right, it's always a zero.
Dude, mine, the White Monsters, dude. White Monsters. I could drink those things all day. They're so good.
Soft drink.
My wife calls me. Calls me a White Monster.
That's his name in the streets.
All right.
When I comment tomorrow, cancel your hotel, I'm gonna be like, "Yo, White Monster, cancel that hotel," and you'll see.
Okay. So I see something in the chat here. Double Depresso Espresso asks me, what would the Mando Resistance need for me to be happy with them? That's a really good question.
Therapy?
Well, I don't like that the fact that they can just... I'd need personally, as a joke, I would need better red dice. Because my red dice, I feel like they're skewed a little bit more towards the blanks. Not even the surges, but the blanks. But in reality, I mean, the numbers do pretty much... I think they would need more hit points. I would love for the regular Mando Resistance unit to have 2 health, and even if that meant 1 less miniature. Like, maybe they have only 2 miniatures and 2 health each. Or something like that. Like a strike, or maybe 1 miniature and 2 health each. This way, when you add the heavy, you still have 4 health. You have the same total health, but at least 1 wound doesn't take out 1/3 or 1/4 of your fighting force.
Yeah,
so
that's
maybe
super
something
rough.
like that. I feel like you don't have accident forgiveness with that unit, like a lot of the insurance companies offer now. There's no accident forgiveness with the Mandos. With so few minis, I would almost rather them follow the Rebel logic of having 4 dudes and white dice, because this way, that's why I like the Wookiees so much. It's like, I don't care if you roll a whole bunch of hits, because I've got the hit points to just say that if you go by the numbers, how many dice can you even possibly roll? Okay, good. You can't possibly kill me now because I've got 9 health right here, or 12 health with the Wookiees, or however much they have. I don't even know right now.
Too much.
This is why I don't drink before I make videos, because I start to ramble. So just shut me up if I keep going on. But no, I love the Wookiees because as long as I've got heavy cover, I know and that's my problem in my games, is I usually stand out in the open like an idiot. But as long as you're playing smart and you're trying to hide behind heavy cover or whatever, you're going to take 2 away off of that. And then if you've got more health than they can roll dice, you're fine. They can't even possibly kill you. But with the Mandos, I feel like it's too much left up to chance, and I like to leave things left up to raw data.
Yeah, I will say too, another thing that really hurts the Mandos and a lot of Rebel troopers, honestly, is critical. The critical keyword really crushes Rebel troopers, because critical basically makes nimble worthless. Not only are you taking a dodge token, it is negated essentially because of critical. And that's the same thing. I haven't played Wookiee since the Silhouette rule, to be honest. But it was just very difficult even putting them in heavy cover, because it's hard to find heavy cover that's tall enough to cover them before, when it was true line of sight. So they might be better with the Silhouettes now, but critical has just been so frustrating as a Rebel player, because even when I'm doing a feels bad by taking a dodge to activate nimble, most of the time I'm still losing 2 to 3 minis, typically. You know what I mean? Even if I play with a dodge token and heavy cover, enough damage is typically coming through that I cannot stop because it's critical. So,
and I want to ask you guys, you think that that the developers think that they were throwing us a bone with oh, well, here's situational awareness, so now you can take this for only 2 points? I'm like, now, okay, first off, it's 2 more points, but also I lose my training slot. I mean, there's opportunity cost with that.
Yeah.
Even if it was free, I would still hesitate on taking it, because not only, I mean, there's to me, there's 3 costs with the situation. There's the 2 points or more if you're on a tauntaun, which I think is fine on a tauntaun. There's the loss of the training slot, and then there's the now I'm more incentivized to take a dodge, which is already feels bad. Now I have any turn I feel like I need to move, or if I need to move, shoot, I'm losing because I'm wasting my upgrade. Situational awareness should give you a free dodge, even if it costs more, even if it's 6 points. It should give you a free dodge at the start. Maybe even if it's an exhaustible, and you can exhaust it at the start of a round, right? Then I can see taking it. You're gonna get nimble for a whole round, or whatever. But it's a triple cost card that I just not ever want to take.
Yeah, even if you gave it exhaust, it would synergize well with the vets and pathfinders, because you're going to be exhausting probably HQ uplink with the vets, and then whoever your heavy weapon Biston or Biston basically. But you know what I mean? Like, it would help synergize, kind of give you a little bit more back for refreshing, as opposed to I have to because I have 8 fucking suppression on me, which is what usually happens to pathfinders. But
Double Espresso hits the nail on the head right here. Situational awareness should be offensive push, but with dodges and outmaneuver. I can 110% agree with that.
Outmaneuver lets you spend to cancel criticals as well. Is that what it does? Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree.
Which is a keyword the land speeder should have, or the air speeder should have for the rebels.
Here's a question: How difficult do you think it would be if dodges, as a rule, just what if every unit had outmaneuver? Maybe there was a special keyword that just meant you couldn't. What if there was a non-outmaneuver?
Yeah, like a plotting.
Maybe core units had
too slow to move, outmaneuver basically. Yeah.
Maybe basic stormtroopers and rebel troopers couldn't cancel crits, but everything else could. Maybe that's going a little too far, because then you have to play test every single unit in the game to see if that works.
I just don't think it makes dodge good enough still, honestly. I mean, even if you could cancel crits with it, I think it's still a way. I mean, listen, even with a 12 activation rebel list, how many actions am I actually looking at per unit? I have to be constantly trying to win the game with every single action, and taking a dodge, I'm not unless I'm running away with an objective and I'm already in heavy cover, then I can take a dodge because sure, but I mean, it's tough, because when the core set came out and there were the first few units, it was pretty balanced, stormtroopers were taking aims, rebel troopers were taking dodges, there was a lot less action economy. But now with the units that have come out and the high play that has been developed, basically, it's very difficult to not take an action that is immediately contributing to winning the game. And that's good.
Got a hot take for you. And one of the things I do on Double Critical, when my buddy Sean and I get together and we kind of speculate, we kind of brainstorm about things we'd like to see. I'm going to run this one by you because this just jumped in my head. One of the things I think that would make nimble and worth taking a dodge so much better is, how Jedi have deflect? And Obi-Wan's got that one card, I think, that gives him nimble for the rest of the turn. I don't run Obi-Wan a whole lot, but that makes it a lot cooler, because you're oh, well, now it's worth it. But then again, Jedi get the free dodge if you give them that. What if these Mandalorians better incentivized to take a dodge because it gave them something like deflect? Obviously, they're not using the Darksaber, so they can't literally deflect. What if they had a counter-attack ability? Was a weaker version of deflect that at max could do 1 damage back, and let's just say counterattack would just roll 1 damage back, a single damage, if they spent a dodge and rolled at least 1 surge, right? So you call it counterattack, it's deflect basically with a cap of 1, because a weaker counterattack. So you attack them, I think that would make the Mandos way more desirable for me, because now a dodge doesn't feel like a wasted action, because now all of a sudden I can counterattack, and with nimble I can counterattack maybe multiple times if you want to shoot me over and over again. I would even spend up to 10 more points for the unit if they had that ability.
Yeah, the problem is that Mandos are still mostly shooting at range 2, and like, because I mean, just like you mentioned, they're so fragile. You know what I mean? They only have a health point. Like, the fact that you want to get them in there, but also not have them be shot at by everyone, is a really fine kind of razor's edge. I feel like that really makes. I don't know. You know, I mean, I feel like they're at this place with Rebel players where they're trying to figure out still, like, are they an early game objective grabber, or are they a survivable kind of almost like roach infestation? Like, you cannot stomp out the rebellion. Like, they will stick around for the whole game. You know, you cannot kill them. But I don't know.
It's a tough one.
It is. Yeah.
It's you know what? It's almost like really depends on the objective. I think is one of the biggest things. You know, if you're looking strictly at the original objectives that came with the game, and there's certain ones that just are great for them, like recover the supplies. They're fantastic for that. But nowadays, you're not guaranteed to get that, and it's much harder to get one of those objectives that's going to work with those.
Yeah, I agree. Or like something getting like hemmed in as the rebels. Man, getting shot at from both sides by Imperials, like trying to find enough cover to stay alive the whole game. I mean, it's hard out there for a Rebel player, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I loved hemmed in. I think hemmed in is one of my favorite deployments to include, just because it's potentially so different. You don't have to deploy on both sides, so it adds this element of great for the blue player if the objective works out.
Yeah.
If it's payload, like, and you're like, you have to come through my thing, and now I can just stand by the whole game.
Yeah.
Then it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It can potentially be rough.
Yeah, like payload as a Rebel player, I'm not trying to have anyone push the whole time, really. I mean, like, there are so few units. Maybe Wookiee might be a decent payload unit, actually. I've never thought about that. But, you know, just like thinking about keeping a unit in the middle of the battlefield for most of the game just already gives me sweats. Like, it's just difficult for me to imagine, like, throw my dudes out there just to, you know. But I mean, they're objective players. Yeah, go ahead.
I was to say, as a Rebel player, that's not something you normally or typically would do, and it wouldn't be smart to do typically.
Yeah, like, as a Rebel player, I'm trying to be not tricky, but like be smart about capturing objectives, I guess. You know, like, I mean, I know most of my units are gonna die, so like, if my Tauntauns make it till turn 3, like, thumbs up. That's a win for me, because they're doing their job, getting in there, hopefully disrupting things. You know, like maybe comms that, and my guys can just capture objectives. But any kind of objective, yeah, like intercept the transmissions or key positions or anything where I have to take and hold ground.
It's tough.
Not trying to see that, you know, like, not trying to see that. So I don't know. It's
almost better to try to disrupt your opponent's ability to take and hold the ground. Let's get like Tauntauns, for example. Like, if they can get behind enemy lines and just now you can just hold an objective with a single guy as opposed to trying to hold it with 4.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah, absolutely.
I hate using Tauntauns too, because any unit that when they come out, everybody wants to max them. It makes me internally saying, like, no, I'm not going to be a follower. I'm not going to do what everybody else is doing.
Come to the right podcast.
Like, I only own 2 Tauntauns. I don't think I've ever run one. I don't think I've ever run. But again, you guys said earlier, it's a fool's errand to try to run all 4 factions. Well, I try to run all 4 factions because I unbox them and I do reviews, so I kind of have to know all factions that talk about them. But
that's what I tell my wife too. I'm on a podcast. I have to buy them. You know?
Yeah, it's a tax write-off, honey. I mean, yeah, that's what I do. I have a box of receipts, you know, and that too many receipts. But yeah, like, I won't run like triple sniper. I won't run double or triple tauntaun. Like, at most. I do like Hoth, though. I love, like, I also want to do theme battles sometimes.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I can count
beautiful game to play.
Own one of them pretty much 2 hands.
The heroes, right? Like you don't.
Yeah.
No.
No, he has multiple hero units.
I have multiple.
How do you have multiple? You need
Look.
an intervention.
Thank you, Crabbok. Thank you.
He does different paint schemes, and
I have
mean,
a
you know,
Stormtrooper Luke
core
and a
sets.
Stormtrooper Han.
You know
Pretty
what?
badass, actually.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Look, I just started covering. I passed 40K subscribers, so I started covering Warhammer.
Yeah, I was going to say
40K.
congratulations, by the way, on 40K.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Congrats.
Knowing like so little about 40K, I'm like, oh man, everybody magnetizes everything, but I don't like doing that. So I'm just going to glue these things in. And if I ever want to change the weapon, well, I hope my opponent allows me to just fudge it, you know. But I ain't playing in any 40K tournaments.
You just need to make some paper guns that like go over those guns.
I mean, it would be what you see is what you get at that point.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
the paper that yellow post-it clearly says plasma gun, right?
Exactly.
No,
Listen,
it's a bolter.
My buddy and I used to play Paper Hammer because I played Warhammer for about 45 minutes and returned most of my stuff the next day because I was like, you know what? I can't do this. But we used to play Paper Hammer.
Big box of dice. These are all D6s. There's a lot of them.
Yeah.
Although they're green, so my green screen is doing really funny things.
I was going to say, yeah.
I can't wait to get mine back up and running.
The one that's hanging in my shed?
Well, yeah. I mean, hopefully it won't be long before we're actually back to recording in person.
Yeah.
Gosh, you know what? That's going to be a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
It's going to be a beautiful thing.
I mean, for those that's watching that has not seen our live cast
from the Bald Wookie,
let me go in here. Boom. And this is the Bald
While
Wookie.
You're pulling, it's a great place. The
Really
drink
is.
specials. It's happy hour from open to close, guys.
That is true.
Oh man.
As someone that works from home, it is totally specials from time to work.
Oh, number 4?
Oh, we're doing
cheers.
shot 4. Okay, cheers.
I know you
Crabbok
probably
holds up
haven't
an empty
listened
glass.
to us or you probably heard of us much, Crabbok, but we actually tailgated a Prime Championship. It was on my birthday, and I got second. And it was the most fun I've ever had playing Legion because we drank from the time we got there until the time we left.
Some of us was drinking on the way there.
I was driving, so I was not drinking and driving. But once I got
9 a.m.
first
shot.
No, it's more like 8:30.
That's awesome. That sounds like a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun.
These games, I mean, that's why we play these. That's why I play these games.
Same.
I play these games to have fun, to have a good time, and to laugh. I don't care if I lose. I love the idea of being able to do something epic in the middle of a game, whether it's Legion, Armada, X-Wing, 40K, or a board game, even like Star Wars Rebellion. I don't know. Have you guys ever played Star Wars Rebellion?
Yeah, I've played Star Wars Rebellion.
Yeah,
I need to get the expansion still.
Oh, you do. It's great. But there's so many amazing epic moments. Like if you're the Empire and you lose, but your Death Star destroyed a planet or two, like that's awesome, right? Like Twilight Imperium is the same way. Like you can lose, but with this new expansion they have coming out, there's all kinds of epic things you can do. Like once per game things that you can do. Like I would love Armada or for Legion rather to have more like once per game things, like when you have the supply with the supply drop. Like that's such a cool thing because I'm gonna lose, but oh my gosh, my snipers got like free aims on their attacks. Like like that's so fun. I love fun, memorable things that you're gonna talk about with people after the fact. Like you're gonna be like, hey dude, do you remember that game from 3 months ago when you did this epic thing? Like really hope.
We have a bad habit of just taking all the models that we have and throwing them on the table for a game.
Yeah,
that's a great idea. Like
the last time we did it, it was 6,500 points.
Yeah.
Okay, so I thought you were going somewhere different.
Listen, this is my dream game. Are you ready? So you play with the Star Wars Rebellion board, and then you have Armada battles, and then when your squadrons engage, then you play X-Wing, and then when your ground forces engage, you play Legion. Like that is my week long in a cabin with a bunch of dudes who just play these games, basically.
I've come really close to buying the plexiglass to make that happen. For the record,
I'm so afraid of that though because my fear is like 3 days into it, everybody like is fed up with it, and they're like, "Oh, I just want to play something different. Can we just play like Monopoly or something? You know, can we play some? Or how about I brought my Switch? Can we play some Super Smash Brothers? No, we have to finish this.
Yeah, that's
and then
true.
for the rest of the week, we're like, oh,
I can see that.
why do we do a live stream? Did I just curse? You guys are recording that. I don't usually. Yeah, I don't usually. Oh, goodness.
You won't tell anybody. Don't worry.
Listen,
Nobody watches this anyway.
Look. This is a secret. Don't tell anybody that I just cursed.
I'll have my wife pray for you. She's a children's minister, so like she has special access. That's cool, man.
Don't tell her that I'm an atheist.
Okay.
Don't
I can't blame you.
We've reached new lows.
As many as Christians as I know, I can't say I blame you, unfortunately. So
I'd actually like to become a Jedi.
there you go.
It'd be a fun one.
Dude,
There's
supposed to go
a
to
Church of
Disney
the
in
Jedi.
May.
I'm just saying.
Supposed to
What are we
build my
doing?
lightsaber. Man, I was
Oh,
ready.
that sounds-
They're just
I was
now
ready to walk
opening the
path.
lightsaber up now too.
Oh, I'm not.
So I live in Orlando, right where they have Disney,
yeah.
and at the beginning of this year, I turned 40 last December, and I really wanted
40
like
years,
for like
40K. Nice,
oh my god,
dude. Serendipity.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
No, but I wanted to get annual passes to Disney, and I'm so glad I didn't because as soon as they opened the gates, they started charging your time, so I wouldn't have been. I would have lost like a whole year of it. Anyway, they have Galaxy's Edge here, and so you can build your own lightsaber, and you can do
That's
all
what I
this
was
cool
gonna
stuff.
do. I had already paid
That's what
for
we were talking
everything.
about.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, it's like the coolest thing. So, one of my patrons on Patreon, like, who lives here, like, and it's actually a guy I've played against multiple times. He's a friend of mine too. He took me because he had a free ticket, and it was a couple of free tickets. I got to take some of my kids, and it was awesome.
Nice.
And I was like, this is like the coolest place. But I want to come without the kids. I want to do because I couldn't go in. I couldn't go drink because they serve alcohol now. You can go in the cantina. You can. Apparently, you can talk to people and like ask them their backstory, and you can be like, "Hey, what planet do you come from?" or whatever. I tried to do this a little bit because in the Star Wars geek that I am, I decided like, hey, we're gonna go on the Millennium Falcon ride, and so this is gonna be fun. And so like one of the guys outside of the Millennium Falcon, I'm like, hey, I'm thinking about getting in line for this ride, but I need to know, is it a fast ship? And so I was thinking like, hey, he's gonna give me the Kessel Run, the parsec, the line, and he's like, oh yeah, I hear it's really fast, and I'm like, okay, thank you for trying to role play, but you really fucked up.
Listen, man. A for effort, F for actual lore.
Oh,
and so like to finish this
chat to pay respects.
No, but to finish the story, as we're going through, like it's a cool, like honestly, I think it's a small park, but it's awesome, especially go if you have money to spend because so many things you'll want to buy.
Yeah, my wife made me pick between the droid and the lightsaber, and it wasn't a choice for me. So, like,
the lightsaber, the experience.
When I go, I'm doing them both. No questions asked. Gotta do them both.
Oh yeah. It's the lightsaber experience is magical. My son, like, he recorded the whole thing, so I have like a video. The problem is I had to edit it out because there was another kid in the room, and he kept zooming in on the kid's face. And I'm like, I can't upload this, dude, because everybody's gonna think I'm some kind of perv, like look at this other little boy or something. Like parts of it are just cut out. Yeah. The point is, I
didn't watch that.
So as we're getting through the Millennium Falcon ride, I get to the end. There was one guy who was not in character, but I didn't know this. So he's like, all right, have you guys ever been on the Millennium Falcon before? I'm like, well, I've piloted smaller craft, but not a YT freighter. He's like, so I don't know. Like, do I need to give you instruction? I'm like, no, that's my first time here. He's like, all right, so you need to push this button. I'm like, all right.
Did he was like, as the gunner?
No, I got to pilot, man.
Oh,
and
nice.
My kids,
okay.
my kids wanted to be engineers, which was the weirdest thing. They wanted to engineer and just push the button. Like that's what you don't want to do because you're just pushing a button.
Right? Yeah.
Well,
it's
that's
weird.
The most entertaining thing for a kid. As a father of a 9-year-old, you're not.
That's true.
I promise you, if I could get my kid to where he would press buttons or whatever, we're working on our skirmish games, and unfortunately, the little things starting to get fairly decent at Legion. I don't know what.
It's just his young dice luck. He hasn't wore it out yet. Don't worry.
Well, I mean,
It'll be like father, like son. I promise.
I hope, because currently it's not, because his dice look a little hotter than mine.
Yeah.
Oh, well, maybe he should play Mandalorian Resistance. Then.
There you go.
Unfortunately,
I plan on going next year
he's
to
an Empire
Disney,
player,
so hopefully next year I'll get to experience the lightsaber.
he wants to play droid, so I may let him.
I played Fallen Order. It's pretty awesome.
So
all the lightsabers are like the same, basically. So
that's some important stuff. I gotta interject, and I talk a lot. So I apologize in advance. Just playing Star Wars Squadrons. Comes out this Friday. It's almost here.
I will be
PS4.
downloading
Jedi Barista,
Friday morning.
One word. Jedi Barista, one word. Add me.
The Captain
Let's play some
311
Squadrons.
Oh my gosh.
team. I'm
Is it
PC.
cross-platform?
I'm looking forward to that.
Yes, it is. It is cross-platform.
Boys, no, it isn't. Is it really?
Yeah, the 82nd Legion's going to have a 3-man squad.
Boys. Listen,
Dude.
I've been playing Mountain Blade Warband because I've been bored, and it's a pretty fun game. But I'm psyched for some Squadrons.
So, here's the question: what platform are you playing on? And if you're playing on PC, or I guess one that supports it, you can use the HOTAS or a hands-on throttle and stick or whatever. You know, like a joystick. Are you using a joystick like the old school? Because I don't have one of those, and I'm trying to figure out like if it's really worth it.
Drew, we'll start with you.
Okay, so I'm playing on PS4. I don't really have the option. I'll be playing on controller. But if I did have PC, I would definitely go old school X-Wing vs. TIE Fighter. Get that Tiger 64 joystick. Like, that's what I used to play back in the day on my, I mean, you know, when computers weren't, like, unaffordable for a person that has a family. But, you know, like, so I'll be playing on PS4. I'll be on the sticks, but I friggin' love Squadrons. So seriously, add me. Like, let's play. I will be playing as much as possible with full-time job.
I will post
I'll be on.
gamer tags and such in the description of the podcast.
Cool.
When this goes live, probably tomorrow or tomorrow night, whenever I get off work. For the record, hey, thanks to Thingamajig for the follow. John, what are you playing on?
PC.
Follow? What does that mean?
And I bought an Oculus Rift to play it in the VR.
Whoa! Nice.
Oh, did you really?
That is awesome.
I just gave you guys. I didn't realize I wasn't followed. So.
I mean, I did get it for the porn applications too. I'm not gonna lie, but I definitely got it for Squadrons at the same time.
Of course you did. So since crabbok probably has a Vegas ticket available, you want to go to Vegas in January?
Good Lord!
I mean, we can get you in the main tournament at LVO. The shit part about it would be if me and you got paired round one.
That's what always happens. So
it's that rate. I'm just going to a hooker then while you play first round.
Cool. Set me up in the.
I would love, man. I would really love to go to LVO. I have this whole thing. So it's weird because we have 3 kids, and one of them has really, really bad breathing stuff. So if he gets any kind of, and that's one of the things.
Yeah.
So it's like not a risks that I can really take.
Yeah.
But like I miss that so much. Like, so as soon as there's a vaccine available, we're going to be able to do that.
Yeah.
I'll be able to do that. But man, like I just miss the idea of being, especially playing like Armada, X-Wing, and Legion. Like LVO is like a dream come true.
Yeah.
I could just go and I bought. I was so like excited because when the tickets for LVO first went on sale, I was like, oh man, we should be good by January. Yeah, that's 2021.
It'll be over.
Yeah, of course, because I can see the future, and I'm like super awesome. I'm like, all right, so I'm gonna buy tickets. I'm gonna buy tickets for LVO. I'm gonna buy tickets for the Legion tournament. I'm also gonna buy tickets for the Armada tournament. But that, by the way, starts the exact same time as the Legion tournament. So I'm sure they're gonna let me play in both. I bought all 3 of these.
Can I get my opponent over here, please? I need 2 6x3 mats. You guys don't
have I'm gonna tell you guys a secret. I have a pretty good buzz going on right now.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure we all do. So you're not alone.
Let's see. This is all I have left of the 6-pack, and these are 6.7.
I mean, I'm 5 shots of some Evan Williams Kentucky bourbon.
Evil Evan. That
Evil
away,
E.
boy.
Evil E.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever seen Parks and Recreation, the show?
Absolutely.
So when I went to go refill, I followed the Ron Swanson, as I have a little secret staff of some 16-year Lagavulin.
Ooh, nice.
Ooh.
And that's all gone now. And that's really it's very peaty, but it's really good if and I'm not I don't know. COVID has turned me into like, let's try all the different scotch we can.
Right. Oh, nice. Yeah. Scotch is definitely an acquired taste, I feel like.
It is. I hated it when I first started. But now it's like, if I'm going to have to be in front of the computer for a couple of hours, I'd love to have something that I once hated that I've now made my ally.
Exactly.
It's like
2020 will do that shit to you, man.
It really does.
Yeah. So when the pandemic, when the lockdown started, my wife was like, okay, how many beers should we buy? Because we were doing like Walmart grocery pickup, which was like impossible to get into at the time. And my brother lives with us, and he was like, I don't know, what do you think? And I was like, I mean, I think if we do like 100 beers, that'll last us 2 weeks. And she's like, really? And I was like, yeah, definitely. And she's like, it's not going to last you like 10 days. And my brother Zach was like, that's going to last us less than a week. And we finished them all in like 6 days. So I hear you. The pandemic has changed me as a person.
It's made us all alcoholics, which some of us were there beforehand.
I now own a liquor fridge, so we'll touch that subject later. We did not get to me with Squadrons. I am currently going to be PC. My kid will be PS4. And I'm going to be on a controller because I don't have a flight stick. It's not exactly in the budget with what I'm doing for my kid for Christmas.
I'm sorry, did you say not in the budget after 3 Mando resist 3 stabs? Is that what you said? I couldn't hear what you said over.
You're not wrong, but FFG, I thought they was fixing to cancel. I pre-ordered a bunch of stuff from FFG. And I've now gotten to the point to where when they announce it, I pre-order it. That way,
you're not supporting your LGS, dude.
Hey, look, Phase 2 clones, ARC Troopers. You kind of need to.
I mean, that's true. I don't care about my LGS. I didn't say that.
Hold on, I didn't get a single ARC Trooper. No, I take it back. No, I didn't get a single ARC Trooper from FFG. I bought all mine from LGS. You can give me all the hell you want. I only ordered one of each from FFG. On this most recent release, I only ordered one of each. I ordered all 3 arcs, and boy was that a no lube add sand.
Yeah. That you get your pre-order.
And I won a set on the Discord giveaway, and then I managed to find 4 sets locally and bought all 4 of them.
Did you get your pre-order, like Robert said?
Well, I canceled my pre-order, and then I got a shipment notification the next day.
Do they still charge you?
Oh.
No.
You still got...
You son of a bitch.
Really?
What?
Well, I'm making a video about this tomorrow, about the we're going to call it ARC Trooper Gate.
This right here was on a unit of Mandos, a unit of Staps, a unit of ISF, and a unit of ATRT. So it was the most recent wave that because I'd already acquired everything locally that I wanted. I wound up with Christmas for my kid out of this.
Does your old lady know about this?
Yeah.
No, she doesn't.
No, actually, she does. She answered.
She watches this. She's gonna find out, but that's
Hey, hold on. I told her about it. I told her about it. I didn't tell her that I'd already bought everything else other places beforehand. I spent like $400 in a single week on Legion stuff. I feel no guilt whatsoever.
How many sets did you order? Public Insist for Armada, a game that you haven't even played yet.
Actually, I've played the demo game with John, and me and him was both learning said game. I've probably spent about $300 in ships that I've never
Mata
played.
is really fun. It's
Dude.
really good. And
The
you don't
demo
have to do
game is so
terrain.
bad though.
Well, okay. Now on the terrain subject, that has turned into.
Oh, dude, can you 3D print some asteroids?
If
And
you,
some nebula clouds?
yes, I can. If you look to my right, there's printer number 1.
We can't see
Oh
them.
boy.
Printer number 2, printer number 3, and behind it is printer number 4.
You got like a sweatshop happening in there, bro.
There's
It gets
some
better. It gets better. Printer number 5.
What did you do to that one? Crash into it?
No, it's actually got a brand new roll of filament that I was given earlier this evening. And all 3 of my resin printers are done with their current prints, awaiting for me to reload, reset, and run more prints off on them.
I'm so afraid to do 3D printing because I have a pretty small house and 3 kids. So I know some. So I like if you got kids and you get it, but like having such limited room, it's like where am I gonna put these things?
Since we're in hobby talk at the moment.
What?
I've been building the asteroids while we're on air, but my hobby room is really small.
A lot of boxes in that room you got there. I see a lot of boxes.
Yeah.
And a lot of shelves. Yeah.
He does model cars. Well, he did model cars. Do you still?
Yes, I still build show display models on a regular basis. I've also gotten to the point where me and my kid are both into slot car drag racing.
Oh yeah, I got a buddy who was into slot cars, and he bought a whole track. Like the first week he got into it, I'm like, I think you're diving in a little quick.
Yeah,
that's like me. Anything.
Look, I've been wanting to build a 26-foot test track in the garage just so I can never leave the house and have my cars dialed in. That way, when I travel elsewhere, I can just set it down, figure out what it wants to run, and then I'm good for the night.
Listen, at this point, my wife is like, how long is this phase going to
I still take my kid racing on a regular basis. So
yeah. Since the pandemic, I haven't played any games, but I play a lot of Armada.
And quite honestly, I've been racing more since the pandemic than I was before the pandemic. We've got an event coming up Saturday. I'm going to go hang out up in Cleveland for the day.
You can maintain social distance while you're just having a remote control in your hand, right? That's pretty easy.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, and for the group we hang out with, we all kind of have the same viewpoint on the pandemic. We still respect social distancing and stuff, but
like the Florida governor view on the pandemic, or like the CDC view on the pandemic?
Oh, yeah, the Florida. Hey, so I'm in Florida, and of course, apparently, like last Friday, somebody snapped their finger, and COVID doesn't exist anymore.
Right?
So that's like really cool.
Isn't that great?
But it's amazing. I'm like, oh wow. So you're telling me my kids aren't going to die if I send them back to school? That's great. Okay, cool.
Perfect. Thanks, boss.
You touched on a sensitive subject right there.
Oh, dude, listen, living in Southeast Tennessee, man. Boy, if you're not a red-blooded Republican supporter of the current president, you are wrong. So I understand.
Oh yeah, it's so weird. Like, and I try to stay like right in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
I lean left. I don't want to get political, but it is weird. Like when you look at the spectrum, you feel like you're living like there's 2 different realities, and you're only living within one. Like I wish we could all just come together. Like I wish everybody would do tabletop gaming. Because that's a time where your politics don't matter.
Like I know what your opinion is in politics. If you're standing across the table from me,
like that's the beauty about tabletop gaming. I have, I was in the army, and I was very conservative at the time. I've grown and changed a little bit since then, or changed maybe a lot, but I've found myself like teaching people board games or playing tabletop games with so many different people who are ultra conservative, like people who are like open carry level ultra conservative, people who are ultra liberal, people who are trans, people who are gay, people who are straight. None of it matters, because as long as somebody's willing to sit down and play a game with you, that's all that matters. You're going to have some fun. You're going to have some laughs. You're going to have some highs and some lows. There's going to be a winner, maybe a loser, but everybody's going to exit the day richer. And that's what's like the best thing about tabletop gaming, because for like an hour or 3, depending on the game, like nothing else matters. We're just going to have a good time.
Yeah.
Can we give him a Nobel Peace Prize for that shit? Because that was good. That was on point.
Yeah.
It really was.
God bless America.
Yeah,
God
bro.
bless him.
What I love is
somebody that was watching
the debate. He'd have owned those bitches tonight.
I like how like you can see other people's like maybe you know them as like ultra conservative, but when they play a game, they're like super like a different way. Like that's what I love. You know what I mean? Like if you're playing a game that like encourages kind of like political maneuver, backstabbing, or whatever, you know, like I don't know. I think it's really cool because and like especially role playing too. Like you really see people kind of like come out, you know, if they're like predefined.
You really gonna set fire to the village? Because I thought you were a Biden supporter. Why are you burning down this village?
Yeah,
it's all dwarves. Are you racist? Are you speciesist?
Speciesist?
You know, yeah, like
yeah.
No, it's really funny when things turn out like we really aren't all that different anyway.
Yeah.
A lot of people, you know,
Yeah.
we have so much more that unites us all than divides us. It's really easy to get lost in the details, but be kind to one another.
Like
my gosh, I'm trying to run for office right now, right?
Like I worked retail for a long time. I worked Starbucks for a long time, and I worked for a major book retailer. But anyway, like, you know, obviously I can't talk about politics, so we sell books of both sides, obviously, and everyone has something to say about the subject. And so people come in and, you know, tell me their opinion one way or another. And I'm just like, listen, I voted independent the last 3 elections. So I don't know what you want me to say to you. Those are the last 3 I could vote in, essentially. So, I just, you know, I just wish we could all figure out what we have more in common than what we have different. Like you said, like, you know, I will call him President Trump. He is the president. You know, that is the title he holds, and I'm always respectful of people about that. But, you know, just the whole system is broken. Anyway, this is the 82nd Legion Politico podcast.
We need to take a shot now for that shit. I'm just saying.
Senate referendums.
I really don't know that I
tariffs.
want to go into shot number 6, but fuck it.
Let's talk about the tariffs on Bantha Poodoo while we're at it. I mean, it seems pretty high to me.
Or the lack of arcs and phase 2s for those of us who actually want to play clones.
Or those damn sand people that keep getting in the way.
I've got phase 2s and arcs, so I don't know what you're talking about. It's fake news.
All I want at this point is alt art so I can build my own phase 2s. I mean,
you know what? That's the beauty. You know what? I'll say this: I when I started playing miniature games, I started with X-Wing, and I had a big problem with people that would bring there was a dude that would bring micro machines, and he would like print his own bases and his own cards and stuff like that. I didn't like it. And I'm like, you should support the game. You should buy the minis and stuff like that. And that was my opinion for a long time. But now I think all of that has changed because first off, who cares? I'm looking for people to play with. But the bigger thing is like, if the product isn't available,
exactly.
Absolutely. Proxy all you want. Like I would rather, and I hate having to go through all my freaking upgrade cards and find everything I want to play because like after like 4 games, I have like a stack this thick of like cards that I have to put away and organize. And where's the comp cards and where's the training cards? I would rather just like print out a list and say, this is what I'm running. And I'm just going to play and not have to go through all my cards. So you know what? As long as it proxy all you want, let's just play. Let's have a good game.
For sure.
Put minis on the table. Is that what I'm hearing?
That's how
they're painted though. Please at least paint them. At least at least
that. Them. Take some pride, man. Take a little bit of pride.
Painted them. Now they look like splotch, but they're cool. The fact you painted them.
Too.
I'm just saying that you paint them.
The fact that he's painted every mini in his army, and he's been painting them since he was 7. And he has no mini painting experience whatsoever. He's trying to learn how to paint on Legion minis in his own right. You know,
hey, I'm not saying anything bad about it. God bless him.
I gave him Apple Barrel craft paints to learn on because I honestly
Some Hobby Lobby shit.
Walmart, but yeah.
Yeah, same difference. I mean, the stuff I got came from both of you. I still use the stuff to paint terrain, and I still have 2 bottles of fluorescent pink from where I would done my original clone units.
You just gotta water it down a lot. That's the secret.
I also gave him a bottle of medium to kind of help with the consistency of it. It still has thick pigment, but you know what? When you put a little medium with it and a little bit of water, it does help it a lot. I'm going to get him in a wet palette once he gets a little bit better at actually paying attention to what he's doing on the models instead of just slapping paint on it and calling it good.
You don't realize how expensive paint is until you knock over your bottle of Nuln Oil, and then you're like,
Can we get an F in chat? Can we get an F in chat?
F in chat for the Nuln Oil.
Oh my gosh. I've done it. I've knocked over a Nuln Oil. Actually, knocked over a contrast paint, and those dry like silk. I have almost like fabric. Weird. They almost like a shirt out of dried contrast paint.
And if you knock them over, like because they separate, they're just always separating, so you lose some of that like that viscosity, like that consistency.
Oh, that garbage right there.
Yeah, I took my son's fidget spinner and I busted it open. I put those ball bearings down in there so I could stir it better. It helps. Go buy a fidget spinner for like $1 from the Dollar Tree and just drop the ball bearings from it.
All right, for those listening at home, go to Hobby Lobby. They sell glass beads.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Glass beads don't rust.
Could you use those on, say, like a glass object to burn herbal medicine as like a stopper, said herbal medicine?
If you will message me after the show, we can discuss that in further detail. Yeah. But for those that are looking to stir their paints up at home, if you pop the top out of an Army Painter bottle and drop 2 of these in it, 1 or 2 in a GW bottle.
That's a good idea. Yeah, I didn't think about not rusting.
The glass don't rust.
Yeah.
It's safe for anal beads too, yeah?
Yeah.
crabbok fits right in with the rest of this crew, so...
Right, guys.
That or latex, I guess, right? Like, I mean, I don't know. What's the cleaning regimen exactly?
I need to probably
soap and warm water.
Yeah. Well, real quick, before you go, Crabbok, I do have one question for you. I watched You're good. I watched the Hero Battle video. I like it. I like the idea. I've been playing the Marvel game. I don't know the Marvel game at all.
Crisis Protocol.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So I've been playing that too, and it felt like a Crisis Protocol game to me. My question is like, number one, why did you play against the Rebels, which is the hero faction, and choose Imperial? And number two, like, honestly, like, what would you have done differently? Because I feel like some of your pieces maybe didn't work out the way you felt like they would. Like, you said Box was an all-star, but I feel like Boba didn't really get to kind of live to his full potential there. Like, what would you have done differently in list building? Did you get to pick your faction? Like,
So the way that the hero battle worked out, great question, thank you.
Yeah.
So the way the hero battle worked out, I had certain things I wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like I wanted to run Darth Maul. I wanted to run more lightsaber characters. It turns out I didn't run a single lightsaber.
That's true. Yeah.
Because the lightsaber characters are so expensive, and I realized if I ran, we had decided. Like I talked to Sean beforehand and said, "Hey, I want to kind of run this hero battle." Usually, when I do my battle reports, we don't coordinate lists ahead of time, so it's not like unless it's like a brand new release. I'm like, "Hey, do you want to try Mandos versus Inferno Squad or something like that?"
Yeah.
But generally, it's like we kind of approach. I approach my battle reports of the mindset of. It's going to be like a tournament. I have no idea what I'm going to face.
Yeah.
So like whatever I bring, like I may bring a whole bunch of impact weapons and my opponent has no armor.
Mm-hmm.
I realize that probably makes for bad videos, but I also kind of wanted to take away from my gameplay because I've got a lot of kids. I do daily videos and all this stuff, and I have a regular job on top of all this. So it's like I have limited time, so I got to maximize my time.
Mm-hmm.
I said, you know what? If I run like Vader, we decided it was going to be all heroes versus villains, so you could actually mix and match factions.
Oh, nice.
Ahead of time. I was like, I have all the separatists available also, so I could run Grievous, I could run Vader and Dooku together. Oh, that's 3 activations for 800 points.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, shoot, I can't do that. So everything I came up with, I'm like, oh, wouldn't it be cool to run like Bosk would be really fun, because we had also determined that you could mix and match factions as long as it was good guys versus light side versus dark side, and it was going to be on a 3x3.
Okay.
I said, well, okay, so wow, range 4 would be really good on a 3x3 because that almost an infinite sniper, and Bosk is really strong, especially when paired with the Emperor, because now he can fire twice. So I knew I wanted to do Bosk and Emperor, and then with that, like I was like, I can't fit all the things I want to fit, and I know that once Darth Maul comes out, I'm going to already run 7 sabers, which is what my code name for Grievous plus Maul plus Dooku. That's 7 blades.
Nice.
Well, I know I'm already going to be able to do that anyway, and it's going to be probably a crap list, but it'll be fun, so I don't care. But so let me take advantage of all the things I'm probably never going to run outside that. Until Boba gets like some extra command cards or something that makes him better, I don't see myself running Boba.
Yeah.
For the same reasons I don't like Mandalorians. I don't like to play the objective. I like to play for fun, which usually involves killing people. So, and I don't like bounty hunters that much. So I really like Vader in most of my games. And I said to myself, I run Vader in so many of my Imperial lists. Maybe I don't need to do that here. Maybe I can use this as an opportunity to run all the dudes I don't normally run.
Okay,
So,
gotcha. Yeah.
And I figured that gave me a lot of activations too. But the Rebels, and the funny thing was, Sean, my opponent, had the same restrictions. He could have also used Obi-Wan and Rex and all that other stuff, but within the absence of clone core units, some of those other dudes didn't seem as good.
Yeah, sure.
Maybe that'll change once Anakin comes out. I thought for sure he would have at least used R2-D2 because of a cheap activation.
Yeah.
He had certain things he wanted to run also, and he ran all shooty stuff. So the only lightsaber in the whole thing was the dark saber. And then the only Force user I had was the Emperor, which is also harder to run, but I figured the payoff was bigger when you've got more expensive units on the battlefield.
You did get some bad dice. I will credit you that.
Sometimes
you got some bad breaks.
Palpatine just got it completely messed up. So
he did.
It is a fun, and I think I want to try something like that again. I like the idea. As we get more heroes, and it's inevitable. You're going to be like, crap, someday we're going to be saying to ourselves, hey, it's 2026. I've got Mace Windu. I've got Kit Fisto. I've got Ki-Adi-Mundi. I've got Yoda. I've got Ahsoka. I've got Anakin. I've got all these people. How do I choose? Hey, you know what? Let's do a hero battle. And now I can run like 6 of my favorites or something like that. You know, and so I wanted to fine tune. You know, I wanted to get some information. And then maybe we'll find
see what kind of worked, see what didn't work. Yeah,
I think it'll be a format. I think it'll be a proper format someday.
Yeah, it definitely gave me like Battlefield 2 vibes. I don't know if you ever played Battlefield 2, but like
exactly.
HVV, like I was getting some serious HVV vibes. That was fun.
It reminded me that we really need Lando in this game.
Yes, we do.
For real, we really do. Definitely.
I'm surprised we don't have him.
He's got it. He's soon. It's got to be soon.
We should have got him instead of Operative Luke. I'm just saying.
Operative
they
Luke
wanted
and
to do.
Vader was a Lucasfilm deal, so I'm not going to give FFG to. Alex or Luke Eddy admitted to it on one of the cast interviews. Not mine, because you know.
No. Yeah.
They wouldn't talk to us
certain
from
things.
Israel.
Oh no, we're definitely.
They have a lot of things they want.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I can agree with that. Lando should have been here before Rogue One.
Yeah, no. Well, Lando's a card player, and especially after Solo, you've got so much you can do with Lando. Like, and being that the card hand and card play is a part of the game, Lando fits perfect with command cards. I did a whole double critical about that. Like, it just works out perfectly, and he cheats. So he should be able to cheat at the card game. That means
Lando doesn't have a 3-pit.
I think you do something. I'm actually kind of annoyed that Darth Maul is kind of the first one to like have multiples of the same pip, because I feel like that should have been a Lando thing.
Yeah, Yeah, I liked Han getting the no pip. I thought that was cool, but I agree. Lando
Okay.
definitely needs some kind of manipulation in the card.
Lando
So-
only has a 0-1-2 for 3 cards.
I say you do it a little differently. Since Han's got the 0, I say Lando gets 3 2-pips.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like,
as a gambler, he's always playing the odds, right? Like he's always kind of, I'm going to move first. I'm going to make the first move. Yeah.
If you give
that
them-
makes the value of ambush huge with Lando.
Right. Well, I say you also here's what I think you do. I think you give him cunning, and you give him 3 2-pips. One counts as a 1.
Cunning
One counts
for sure.
One
So
counts
this
as a
way-
1 pip. Okay. Yeah.
All of them, yeah, they still count as a 1, 2, and a 3-pip, but out of all of them, they all have 2-pips, and so funny, he's always going to beat everything except a 1-pip. So you can beat Lando, or you may even give him a rule that lets him bring more. Like instead of having a normal card building rules, maybe he gets an extra card just so you never know what he's got. Maybe he has 4 2-pips and you can bring them all.
Nice. So real quick, also before you go, top 3 hopes for Legion. We've got Disney, right? Disney Plus is coming out with the Lando series, coming out with the Cassian series. Mandalorian season 2 is coming back. Like, what are your top 3? I want to see these guys in Legion on the table with some badass abilities.
It's Mace Windu. It's more Jedi.
Okay.
Mace Windu, but I'll say he's reflective of like the rest of the Jedi. I want him with. I want a whole
council,
Jedi wave.
the council members, basically.
I want a Jedi Council wave. I want him and Kit Fisto and all of those dudes and Plo Koon and all of them.
Mm-hmm.
That's just one. Next, I want the Jedi from. I want more characters from Star Wars Rebels. I want to be able to get the whole crew of the Ghosts together, and that might mean that some of them have to show up as heavy weapon options, like kind of like how we did in Clan Ren.
Yeah.
Number 3 is Gungans. I want my Gungan army. I want sub factions. Damn it! I want sub factions.
I knew that was coming before the end of the night.
Well,
shoot! Didn't we talk about that when you were on Double Critical?
We did. We did
Yeah.
while I was on Double Critical.
Honorable mention is the AT-AT. I want the AT-AT too.
that'd be tough. That'd be tough to scale.
It would be, and that's why I give it that 4th place. That'd be a very expensive. I don't know how much value it is
for Armada type. Yeah,
I want a $200 model that, like, a smaller subset is going to actually be able to use.
I'm going to play it like for fun.
My wallet
Maybe they're just
cried out
covering
for
head.
Yeah, Rebellion in the Rim.
Maybe it's an AT-AT head on like a 6-inch flight stand that just represents where the thing is.
There we go. Well, crabbok, thank you so much, man.
Video I have coming. So yeah, thank you guys. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you.
Thanks for being with us.
Yeah,
Hey, anytime.
I'm a big fan for real. I like your channel, man. You put out good content and you do it consistently, which is tough during these pandemic times. So I appreciate that.
Tough, yeah, absolutely. Thank you guys so much, and you guys have a good time. Thanks. You got me. I'm gonna have a hangover tomorrow because I drank too much tonight.
Go
drink some water before bed. Yeah, drink some water before bed.
I can promise you, you're not the only one.
All right, take it easy, man.
Yeah.
You're gonna be like the Jedi
All right, I'm
voices.
gonna close out now.
So get up, Ray.
Right.
Get up. With the Jedi.
Darling, I can do it.
Just click the X. Just click the X.
And he's gone. Oh,
Nice.
Man.
Good show. Good interview, rather, I guess.
This has been a blast. We really didn't get to talk too much about the Iden 333's list. We'll probably bring that up next week.
Yeah, that sounds good. Let's do that. So we can commit some time to it.
Yeah, because I just realized we're nearing the 2-hour mark.
We are, and I think we're at time to call
I have to
this.
work tomorrow.
Yeah,
I'm finish your drinks.
I'm out, so this is about the perfect.
Go to get another one.
I mean, I could pour shot number 7. I don't think I need it though.
Probably
I've got like this much beer left, man. Do a shot, and I'll chug the rest of this. Peer pressure, peer pressure, peer pressure, peer pressure.
Wasn't much peer or the pressure there, but man,
Listen, depresso espresso. You don't want to hang out with us. We're a bad influence.
I think they figured that out.
Did he leave? Is he gone?
No, man, we still got people hanging out with us. And
There's three.
Nice.
I do want to thank everybody that's hung out with us all night. If you're not catching this live and you're listening to it on download, hey, thank you for listening. We really do appreciate it.
We took some tangents tonight.
You know what? I'm all right with it. We all had a blast. I need to find more guests like crabbok.
For sure.
That's what makes this show fun for me.
Yeah.
Getting everybody together. The fact that we can all sit at home and drink to our heart's content and not have to worry about any of the potential repercussions of recording in person.
For sure. Well, I'm plotting the Navicomputer right now, Captain.
You better believe I've got my hyperspace coordinates dialed in. It's gonna be straight to bed after this shit.
Yep.
Last shot, last drink. It's over, ladies and germs.
We did it.
Thanks for listening to the 82nd Legion. This is the captain. I've been joined by Rick Hunter and Drew and crabbok for the guest of the evening.
Go drink some water and save Team Venture. Good night, people.
Jedi Barista, add me. Let's do it.
This is your captain. We out.